Okay, so my name's Sasha. Let's start off with a couple questions to get to know you.
Yes, ma'am.
You can start off with what your name is.
My name is Jaquan Moore. I go by Jay. It's a lot easier and a lot simpler to say.
And how old are you?
I'm currently 22.
And what year did you graduate from high school?
I graduated 2019. Yeah, class of 2019.
Did you attend school here in El Paso?
My first 2 years, technically my first year as a freshman, I attended El Dorado High School. And then for my sophomore year, I attended Pepper Hills High School. And then I left to Louisiana.
So you graduated high school in Louisiana?
Yes, yeah, Louisiana.
Okay, and do you attend UTEP right now?
Yes, I currently attend UTEP.
Okay, what's your major?
Right now, I am majoring in neuroscience. I'm trying to gain my bachelor's of science in neuroscience.
And how do you like your major so far?
So far, so good. I find it interesting to me. I started off with majoring in psychology, and I just felt like I wanted a little bit more in depth for the science of the brain and learning about behavior. And I feel like neuroscience kind of gives me more of that complete aspect that I'm looking for.
Cool.
Sorry, I think I'm shaking your camera.
No, it's okay, don't worry. So what's your classification currently at UTEP?
Like if I'm a junior or senior?
Yeah, like what year are you?
I am currently a senior. I should, hopefully, crossing my fingers, graduate in December.
Cool. So are you a full-time student or part-time student at UTEP?
I am a full-time student at UTEP.
So how many classes more or less do you take each semester in order to complete?
I would say on average, it's about, for me personally, on average, it's like 6 classes. Right now, I'm currently taking 8 classes this semester, but previously, the minimum class I've taken for all my years at UTEP have been about 6. So.
And do you think it's a lot more hectic to take 6 classes? Have you ever taken any less than 6 a semester?
I think my first year of college, when I was at El Paso Community College, I took 4 classes, which was of course because I'm a freshman, and I was majoring in psychology, trying to get my associates. So I only took 4 classes, and I felt like it was really easy, it was simple. Maybe it was because it was just basic classes. And now, as I've been stacking up my classes, it has gotten progressively harder. 8 classes in one semester is the most classes I've ever taken, and it is my hardest semester yet. So.
But at least you're almost done, so.
Yeah, I'm almost done, so I'm just kind of like pushing through it right now, just trying to get everything out the way.
And do you currently receive financial aid from UTEP?
Yes, thankfully. Thankfully I receive financial aid because I would not be able to do it without it.
Does the financial aid cover your full semester or full year at UTEP, or do you still have to pay out of pocket?
It does cover my full, it covers basically everything. Just sometimes when the professors have you get certain books or some things like that, my financial aid doesn't cover that, and I have to pay for that out of pocket.
Okay, but are you employed?
Yes, I am currently employed. I work at the Texas Department of Public Safety driver's license office, so it's a really good job. Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep shaking your camera.
It's okay. Okay, so what is it that you do at the DPS?
Well, I issue your licenses and IDs. Right now, my specific duties are training. I deal with training the people who come in, the new people who come in. But day to day, it's just issuing licenses, taking people on driving tests, issuing IDs, stuff like that, background checks occasionally.
And do you like it?
Oh, I love my job. Yeah, I love my job. I get to meet new people. I work with about 20 people max, so it's not like if I'm at Walmart and I have 100 certain coworkers that I have to know. So we're kind of like a family there, and it's really fun. It's really cool for my age. I'm the youngest one there. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
So are you a full-time or part-time employee at the DPS?
It's my schedule's a little flexible, so I'm considered part-time. but I can work up to full time whenever I have like free time or whenever I have the hours available.
So more or less, how many hours do you work a week at the DPS?
Right now, since I'm taking 8 classes this semester, I work around 26 to 30 hours a week.
And that's on top of going to school?
Yes, that's on top of going to school Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so does your work schedule work with your school schedule? And if so, how?
Yeah, my supervisor is really flexible with me and my schedule. I let them know what days I'll have to go to school, like when I make my school schedule, and then they just make my work schedule work around that. So it's very flexible over there.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your living situation like since attending UTEP?
Like, do I live in like?
Yeah, do you live in the dorms? You live alone? You live with family?
I live with my girlfriend.
Oh, you live with your girlfriend?
Yes.
And what's that like? Do you like being independent?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I moved from my parents' house when I was 18. So I moved from Louisiana to here, El Paso, on my own. Well, I had a roommate, but independent. So, I mean, it's fun. You learn a lot of things. You learn how to kind of manage money, be responsible with time, learn how to prioritize things. And you kind of grow up faster than others. So, I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy living with my girlfriend. She's really nice. She's really cool too. Very beautiful. So.
Okay, cool. So since you said you live with your girlfriend, do you think living by yourself gives you a lot more time to be able to have a social life on top of catering to your work and school schedule?
Like if I was single?
No. Like, I just mean, like, do you have time to go out as much as, I don't know, a student that lived at home?
With their family?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah, because like when you live on your own, of course, you have your own rules. So, I mean, me personally, I don't really much enjoy going out as much, but yeah, like whenever me and my girlfriend have the chance and we want to go explore like the nightlife or go do something fun, then yeah, we'll go out. And I do think definitely living on your own compared to your parents it's gonna be a little bit more freedom on your own end, because when you're with your parents, it's kind of like, you know, their house, their rules. So most people have like a curfew. I know when I lived with my parents, I had a curfew and I couldn't do certain things, or I couldn't invite certain people over, stuff like that. So I think when you live on your own, you have more freedom, more power, I would say.
And considering you're a full-time student and a full-time employee,
Yes.
Do you think it's harder because you live on your own, that you have to pay for you have so many other responsibilities compared to students who just go to school or just go to work?
Yes, yeah, I definitely do think it's harder because you'll have your bills, you'll have car payments if you have a car, your phone payments, like all that stuff. As soon as you leave your parents' house, most people, you know, they don't get that support anymore.
Right.
So I do think it's a lot harder to live on your own rather than living with your parents. So.
And is your working wage enough to support your living situation?
The way inflation's looking, it doesn't look like it's gonna hold on for too much longer. But I would say right now, yeah, I make a good amount of money. I just need to learn how to kind of save a little more.
But as of right now, you're able to live comfortably, or do you think had you lived at home or in the dorms even, you would be able to live financially burden-free?
I think if I lived at home, I would probably be a little bit more of like burden-free. Mm-hmm. Just because, I mean, my parents would probably pay for most of my stuff while I work. I wouldn't have to worry about rent and a lot of other things while I had a job bringing in that source of income. Because now, like, my income really is going toward like bills, credit card bills, necessities, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure if I lived with my parents, I'd have a lot more money in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has there been any added stress in your life since becoming an independent college student?
Oh yeah, a lot of added stress. Like I said, like you gotta you gotta worry about rent, you gotta worry about bills, and prior to that, you gotta worry about getting approved for like renting a place. You gotta worry about getting stuff taken care of, like maintenance on properties, like, you know, like, especially if you're renting a house, like me and my girlfriend do, you have to take care of it. You go through routine inspections, so you have to make sure that's good. On top of getting homework done, meeting your grades, you know, applying for graduate school, if people want to apply for graduate school. So me personally, it has added a lot more stress ever since moving out of my parents' home. So.
And have you been able to find any resources on campus to help you with any stress or anxiety that you may have?
No. Me personally, I don't really go to like those things on campus. I'm not gonna say they don't work. Me personally, I've never gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not really so much that you don't think they would help. It's just you personally would prefer not to utilize those resources.
Yeah, I think me personally, like the person I am, I don't think like some campus resource is gonna help with my stress. Unless they're giving me money, but
Right.
other than that, no, I don't really think so.
Well, do you have any other outlets or resources you utilize in order to help with stress that you may have?
Working out. I work out occasionally. That helps a lot with stress. Just doing things with friends and family. That helps a lot with stress too. Hanging out with my girlfriend kind of some days lowers my stress. But mainly stuff like that, just being social with my friends, family, and loved ones. Working out, making more money than I usually do. That helps a lot with stress. I feel a lot better when I see more money in my bank account. But yeah, stuff like that. Listening to music, that helps a lot too.
And how has your overall experience at UTEP been like? Has it been good or bad?
My overall experience at UTEP, I guess it was good. I mean, I'm pushing through it. I mean, I've had good grades so far. My GPA is not bad. I don't think can be a little bit higher. I wish it was a little higher. So I haven't had any problems with professors, any faculty members, nothing like that. So I would say overall my experience has been good.
Okay, cool. Do you enjoy being a college student?
No. I wish I was done with school already. I wish I was already graduated with my neuroscience degree and, you know, going into a career. But I know I'm gonna need a little bit more schooling in the graduate program before I can do what I want to do. So.
Right. So you mentioned that you were class of 2019, right?
For high school, yes.
So your freshman year of college was during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes.
And what was it like being a student during COVID-19?
Honestly, I don't think it was that bad. I know a lot of people complain, but I prefer online classes compared to face-to-face. Only because I like the freedom. So, because I don't really like being a college student. I don't really like being in the classrooms at the desk, having to listen to a lecture that's on a PowerPoint that's going to be online anyways. So, personally, during COVID, it was kind of like a breeze to me. I got to stay in my pajamas and eat cereal and, you know, listen to lectures that they did already online and do the homework. And honestly, yeah, I felt like it was one of the, not best moments, of course, because it's a pandemic, but better moments of my college career.
And how do you think your academic life has differed from before or after COVID-19?
Has differed?
Yeah.
Well, during the COVID pandemic, I was at EPCC, and I mean, it was okay. I don't think academically, I don't think it has changed much. It's just now I'm face to face and I have to really listen to what they're going to tell me because some professors don't put their lectures online for you to go watch after. So now when I'm face to face, I kind of have to like actually tune in and take notes and prepare to listen. While in COVID, like most professors that I had would record their lectures so that we can watch it. The homework deadlines were mainly at midnight, like at the end of the week and stuff like that. And now when we're face to face, it's sometimes midnight on Wednesday or midnight Monday. You know, they changed the deadlines to a little bit different. So I guess you can say it's gotten a little bit worse because I'm not really good with taking notes face to face. I'm more of like record the lecture and let me run it back a few times so I can really actually understand it. So I guess it's gotten a little worse.
And have you developed any good or bad habits or behaviors from the pandemic?
No. Bad habits is probably procrastinating. During the COVID pandemic, like I said, most of the homework was due midnight at the end of the week, and I would have class on Monday, so I would procrastinate Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Finally, Friday, I'd probably start doing homework. So now, I mean, it's been a few years, so sometimes I still do procrastinate. If I have homework due at the end of the week, I probably won't do it till the weekends. I actually did some homework today that's due at midnight, so procrastination is probably one of the worst habits I've picked up. Good habits, I have no good habits that I picked up from the pandemic.
And so I noticed a lot of people have concerns of, particularly in the younger kids, a lot of people think that their social skills have declined since being on lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic. So do you think your social skills were affected by the pandemic?
Me personally, no. Because with my job, I have to have those social skills. I work with people a lot. I mean, I issue licenses and IDs, so I see over 200 to 250 people a day from Monday through Friday. So I just have to have, I had to have had those good social skills to, be good at my job. So it hasn't affected me.
Okay, cool. Do you think you have any academic skills that were hindered or bettered because of the pandemic?
Academic skills that were hindered or bettered because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. Academic skills such as like what?
Like note taking. We talked about procrastination. Maybe even being on time for class.
I think my note taking has gotten worse. Like I said, I'm not really good at note taking face to face. I find it a little bit hard because sometimes I don't understand what the professor is saying at that moment. So if I have a recording, I can run it back a few times and try to hear them. And sometimes when you try to contact your professor, they don't respond until the day before an exam, or too late and you already missed over it. So I think my note taking skills have probably gotten worse. I'm really bad at note taking right now, so hopefully that improves during this semester before my finals.
Is there anything you would change about your college experience this far?
I wish I had less classes per semester. I wish I could change that, but I had to take this many classes to kind of still graduate within 2 years, 3 years. But I wish I changed the classes I took when I was getting my basics. Mm-hmm. That way I wasn't behind doing my bachelor's, because I kind of had to play catch up. So that's what kind of messed me up in the long run.
Right, because your original major was psychology and you changed it to neuroscience.
Yeah, and I changed it to neuroscience, so I needed different chemistry, I needed that, and a lot more biology classes that I didn't take, or some of the classes from EPCC didn't transfer over to UTEP. So I kind of just wish I had that more figured out while I was doing that.
But I think it kind of goes into the process of being a college student. I feel like your first 2 years, you think you go in knowing you want to do something, and then you kind of just change your mind because of what you learned in class. Yeah,
I agree. A lot of people were telling me, my advisors and counselors in high school, advisors in college, they were telling me a lot of people change their major within 2 years, or they just continuously change their major because they realize that's not what they want to do, or they find something better, or just something that suits them more. So I do think that comes with the college life. Not everybody has to change your major. That's not what's going to make you a college student. Mm-hmm. But I do think that's one of the things that kind of come with being a college student, trying to figure out more of what you want to do and who you want to be and stuff like that.
Okay. And lastly, what advice would you provide to young students entering college?
Prepare yourself. Mentally prepare yourself. Kind of get your priorities arranged. Not saying not saying like, you know, you have to be prepared to make it through college, because you're going to make mistakes, which is okay. Try to make them early on, so that way you're not kind of behind. You don't have to play catch up. If time's not like a worry to you, then, you know, you don't have to really worry about it. But my advice would be to just basically be prepared, kind of come mentally prepared for the stuff that you're going to face, the adversity you're going to face, and just get the job done. If you really want to do it, push through it, and everything will be okay.
Awesome. Well, that's all I had.
Okay.
Thank you again for taking the time to meet with me
No
and
problem.
answer my questions. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.